Hello everybody, my name is V. Narendra Kumar and we are from NRK Academy. And today we've got this wonderful story called The Raven and the Fox. This has been written by AESOP, retold by Tolstoy, and this is part of a series of master reading and listening with grammar analysis. The Raven and the Fox. A raven got himself a piece of meat. Let's look at this grammar analysis. A raven got himself, for himself, a piece of meat. Clear. And is a connecting word. Sat down on a tree. Clear. The fox becomes wanted in the past tense. The story is already over, so it should be the past tense. The fox wanted to get it from him. See, the fox wanted to get it from him. To get it from him. Simple. She went up to him. She went up to him and she is silent, said, "O raven, as I look at you." O raven, as I look at you. As I look at you means while I look at you, from your size and beauty. From your size and beauty, you ought to be a king. You should be, or you ought to be a king. Right? A raven got himself a piece of meat, clear, and sat down on a tree, clear. The fox wanted to get it from him, clear. She went up to him and said, "O raven, as I look at you," what? "From your size and beauty," hyphen, which means you are inserting a small few words in the middle. "You ought to be a king." It's trying to flatter the raven. "And you would certainly be a king if you had a good voice." You would certainly be a king if you had a good voice. The raven opened his mouth wide and began to croak with all his might and main. The meat fell down. Fall becomes fell in the past. The fox caught it and said, "O raven, if you had also sense," if you had also sense, very harsh story. "O raven, if you had also some sense, some intelligence, you would certainly be a king." So what a harsh story. AESOP writes not exactly harsh stories, but realistic stories. This is how the world is. So you should not be foolish. Just because somebody praises you, you should not lose your mind. That's what he says at the end. "O raven, if you had also said, you would certainly be a king." If you had, you would be certainly a king. See, that's how the structure goes. We got complete understanding. Let's check it once more. The raven and the fox. A raven got himself a piece of meat, correct, and linking word, sat down on a tree. The fox wanted to get it from him, clear. She went up to him, clear, and said, "O raven, as I look at you, from your size and beauty, you ought to be a king, should be a king, and you would certainly be a king if you had a good voice." The raven opened his mouth wide and began to croak, which is being that sound which ravens make, with all his might, with all his strength and main. Main means the voice, the throat. The meat fell down. The fox caught it and said, "O raven, if you had also sense," some intelligence, sense means intelligence here, "you would surely be a king." We got a complete understanding of this in this. We'll meet again in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. The next video is called The Turtle and the Eagle. Thank you so much.